the Sarlacc Digest, the long-running live stream podcast digesting Star Wars topics for over 1,000 years. Join them for all the latest news, rumors, and theory crafting with none of the drama or the bull. Live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific Time on YouTube. And don't forget the Sarlacc Toy Chest, covering all the newest Star Wars toy releases and news from Hasbro, Hot Toys, Jakks Pacific, and more. Live every other Monday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Be there and keep it nerdy.
Please choose. Choose wisely.
Holy Grail Toys is the ultimate destination for rare action figures, exclusive merch, and collector-grade drops. And now, taking pre-orders for the Bandito 112 scale action vehicle from Odd Frog Entertainment, releasing in 2026.
You have chosen wisely.
HolyGrailToys.com. PlastiqNews.com. All the latest from Hollywood, toys, gaming, comics, and anything pop culture. PlastiqNews.com. Don't forget the IQ. PlastiqNews.com.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is now time for another jam-packed episode of your favorite, or maybe second favorite, because we do have the Wednesday show too. Dr. Brantley, I don't know what you thought about that, but Pixels, Plastiq, and Ink. Yes, that's right, folks. It's Friday night, 7 p.m. Pacific time, right here on SKN. And as always, we got some hot topics. And the first topic being, and the most important topic, well, action figures on a budget. That's right. 'Tis the season. I'm sure everyone is deep into their pockets figuring out where I can get the best deals for the world of toys, pop culture, action figures. Well, guess what? The group tonight is going to walk you through some key strategies to land some great figures at great prices, whether it be the month of December or beyond. We're going to talk a lot about those things, and including some rare pickups that the crew also found themselves digging into different toy shelves around the country. Plus, we're going to talk a little bit about some figures that hit the pre-order scene with our our segment Pre-Order Mafia, everyone's favorite Pre-Order Mafia. What should you pre-order? What should you not? Plus, lots of other news, collectibles, pop culture, movies, TV, Plastiq news. We got a lot in store for you, so stay tuned. This is Pixels, Plastiq, and Ink. Well. Thanks for hopping in, and whether or not you are joining us in the chat live, we appreciate the support. And if you're catching us on the replay as well,
Replay.
we appreciate your support as well. Before we go any further, make sure you hit the subscribe, the like, the follow, hit all the socials, Instagram. We got Twitter, X, and then Discord. So if you're not following, if you're not subscribing, get in there. But let's just stop right there and find out how everybody's doing. First off, Dr. Brantley, how are you this fine Friday evening?
Doing all right. Can't complain.
Better
than Mr. Gruber.
Mr. Gruber for sure. Mr. Storm, how are you?
Doing good, man. Been a busy week, man. It seems like I've podcast and live stream every day this week. So it's been a busy week, but a fun week, man.
Awesome. And Chet, Mr. Maddox, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good after I got apparently reamed by Steve on Wednesday as the Grinch, which is fantastic. But I'm excited. There's a lot we got to talk about tonight. Important question though, Rad, is how are you doing? And I see that no matter who you interact with has to give you a kiss, which is kind of nice.
Yes. Well, I'm doing fine, and I'll give you a virtual kiss on behalf of the Christmas spirits. And I want to see, first off, how our loyal SKN members are doing. So first off, a bit of recognition for our channel members. And again, all it takes is a click and a purchase to be a part of the Shadow Knows Network. The Shadow Elite, as always, much appreciated. Helps the channel grow. We definitely appreciate the support, the syndicate, and the prospects. So again, behind the scenes footage, some exclusives to be a Shadow member. And then let's go to the chat before we get started to see who's popping in on this fine Friday night. We got the Max Rebo Experience.
Yeah,
what's up, man?
Rebo?
Pre-order the General Veers TVC. Really waiting for the new Phase 1 clone trooper. All right, a lot of people looking for that one. We got, of course, the mod. Meeks is in the house, and who will he gift this holiday season? He is the Santa Claus in the chat, as always. And then who else we got? We got C's the director, always hanging out, man. What's up, y'all? Of course, man, we're excited to talk toys. And then we got Stu John on Jedi. Hey, man, appreciate you hanging out as always. And then, of course, Tripping with Toys. Thanks, man. Howdy, welcome, good evening. Well, let's begin, Mr. Storm.
Absolutely. Let's get it rocking tonight, man. Now, this one was actually another rad banger right here. Made sure you got this for us because, one thing about it, it's the 12 days of Toy Moss. We've been running this every week, so you guys know the Spilo. But basically, to sum it up is that 12 days of Toy Moss is for us letting you guys know where the best deals, the best situations, how to actually avoid all the craziness of this holiday season, because everyone knows buck fly to your pocket. Maybe for yourself, maybe for friends that you know, but it usually comes out. So our main goal and objective is to give you a month-long holiday spirit to actually make you feel good. And that's what Friday nights are here on the Shadow Knows Network, Pixel Plastiq Inc. Let's roll into the first one of the night. If you didn't know, the main title was Action Figures on a Budget. How do you do that? Because God knows I haven't mastered this as well as everyone else, because they usually go over budget, and my accountant calls me and tells me stop having to go over budget. So we're going to do that from that thing too. I want to just mention too, actually, the guys that work in the back and everything, that cartoon intro for Wednesday today, it was awesome. I know, man. Look, we've had puppets, cartoons. I maybe stop motion. I don't know, because just like you, when we tune in on Wednesday nights, I'm surprised what's going on. So thank you, CS the director. That was on point right there. What we are thinking about doing is making those intros just alone and a standalone on the members only, so you guys can see all the craziness, because it does make sense to run that once. So you guys would be members only, get a chance to check that out. So and Max Rebo does say this, and we will talk about this. Yeah, Amazon hauls is like Ross in some ways. Yep. It's been an interesting month. So we're going to crack it in, action figures on a budget. And we start this off, and again, there's certain categories we're going to go. First one we're going to run tonight is called the buddy system. If you don't know what the buddy system is, let me explain that to you. Maybe you know somebody that is constantly they have a Hasbro Pulse membership.
Mm-hmm.
Are constantly up when there's a pre-order. Maybe they live on the East Coast, you live on the West Coast, and so he's up in the morning. He's able to get on and pre-order that Star Wars figure or that Marvel Legends that you need. The buddy system is a good system, and this is the reason why it works. Number one is pre-order together. Now, if you're out there ordering, let's say there's a bunch of items on Big Bad Toy Store. Well, sometimes the more you order, the better that price is. If you're going to spend for something, you might as well spend and ship it to one person's house. I've taken advantage of that. I don't know, Rad, you take advantage of it sometimes?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
This is a great strategy.
Yeah.
And I think we've done this amongst the crew as well.
Yeah, I think that is. We put that buddy system, the magic and everything, right, Dr. Rim?
Just did that
there
for you.
The buddy system
Yes,
from Hasbro
sir.
Pulse, right?
No, this was
Big Bad.
This was Big Bad Toy Store. Yeah.
Right.
I said on Black Friday this was the thing to get. It was $13. You said you needed one for your bridge set that's coming sometime in the near
2027, 2028, maybe.
Yeah, 3-4 years, sure. But yeah, so I was gonna get one, got yours.
There you go.
And
awesome.
Only had to pay the $4 in the shipping.
There you go, which makes it $2 a piece almost. It worked it out. Here's the person also the reason why the buddy system works is maybe your buddy goes out of town and he takes a long extended point, and you know how these porch pirates are. You haven't set up that package to explode in someone's face or something. So in the hindsight, you want to make sure somebody goes. And Mr. Maddox, how does the buddy system work, my friend?
Yeah, I mean, look, I was gone, and you were coming over to my house every other day, putting like 12 or 7 packages in my garage at all times. So, and like, hey, Hasbro Pulse, like, I have it now. I think you had it last time, so we just, we just keep switching off, and so,
it does work out like that. And
I left a honey trap of 5.
Sazors,
yeah, there it is. At my local Ross last night to see how fast they went. When I checked back in on them today, now I know who I'm up against.
There you go. That works it out. It's actually pretty smart on that. And same thing again. We've talked about the Hasbro Pulse membership. Again, at one point, one of us had the Hasbro Pulse membership, and everybody was used, hey man, order that for me or something, and vice versa. Sometimes your funds are in and you're like, I don't know if I got that extra $50 this year.
Or sometimes only the ordering system works for you and not your friend who's on at the exact same time.
Exactly. Because God knows something about the Hasbro Pulse website is either you can get on, your friend can't get on, or it won't take your credit card information up, or it says sold out for that person, it doesn't. Whatever it is, it's always good to use the buddy system. We've all used that. So again, it works for pre-orders together. Share the Hasbro Pulse membership if you actually don't have the funds for it yourself. And the pre-order reminders, because nothing like your buddies. And we get this. And thank God some of us go to work early in the morning, because sometimes I'll be clean on it. I'll sleep through it. And there's somebody like, Big L, you up this morning?
Yep. Now.
Let me definitely do that. We'll roll on to the next one. It's called The Long Game. The Long Game does work. I've been preaching this to my good friend, Darth Moocher, who is an actual FOMO addicted. And look, don't give in to FOMO. First one is like, look, I know you're going to look at that item and you're going to say that I need to buy it now. I need to spend the $27.99 right for this moment. And then you're pissed when it turns off at Ross for $8.99. And you think to yourself, well, should have waited on that one. I think we're all criminals of the FOMO thing, but I've been playing the long game lately. How about you, Mr. Maddox?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that this year is definitely one that makes sense to play the long game. And like Max or Stu John said, I've been looking for the Fern, Padme, and Brutus.
Yeah, those been popping up at Ross lately.
Yep, got 2 Battle Droid 3-packs.
Oh, wow.
But none of that slop. Yeah, I mean, look, we found it. We hit a landmine the last couple days. I haven't seen these Arctic Joes though.
I have, but it's been on. There's a couple of guys I follow on Instagram up in Northern California. they've been getting like Rock and Roll and the retro card back, the Arctic, and then I think they've also been getting Rakondo. So we haven't seen that down here in Southern California. Northern California, I've been seeing it's up there. And what about you, Dr. Brentley? Well, obviously you picked up 2 Indiana Jones, so you long gamed it out, bro.
Now I've got the opposite problem on this other thing. Star Wars 6-pack retro.
Yes.
That was from our New Hope, right?
Yep.
So this was hard to get when it first came out. No one had it. No one could get it. It was a Target exclusive. It was for $60.
Yep.
Now we just went to the SoCal Joe show last weekend. It's for $45.
Yeah.
So if you waited, it's actually less than Target was charging new. So
that actually, like,
I got screwed on that one.
like Peter Griffin said, it just grinds my gears on that. Rat, any long, well, don't give it into the FOMO, long game strategies that work for you, my friend?
I went to the Ross just recently, and I did not find a whole lot. So I think I was too late to the party, unfortunately. But I think there are times where, I think a lot of the Marvel Legends figures will come out, and if you just wait, they will go on sale and clearance. I think we've talked about this previously, but I don't think there's ever been a time where the majority of these figures are available on retail for retail pricing. So I think for me, I'm starting to not have to go in and pre-order all these things and just wait a little bit. And I'm sure they'll be dropped on Hasbro Pulse, retail. They might even find themselves at clearance stores. So
Absolutely.
I think that's a learn for me.
Yep. Just saw that Commander Bly blocked in. Actually, if you don't know, Commander, we did restart the show. I don't know. Maybe you need to turn down that time continuum button there, Lord. It's going too fast for you. Welcome in, Red Fly. One thing CS Director puts up right here, which is extremely good right here. It says, I keep seeing these gargoyles everywhere at Ross. It's not moving. It's not moving after the release. I gave it less than 90 days for it to go on clearance. Then, like 2 weeks, I'm at Ross and I've done my research. Yeah, it'll be at Ross. I'll do my research. Actually, at Ross right now, I can tell you, I've and Mr. Max and I have been doing this, and 100%. I've gotten Brooklyn, Bronx, and Demona. I just talked to Shadowe this morning, and he's out there looking for Hudson. I have him looking for Bronx. So, like, I've almost completed the entire set of the Gargoyle runs just by Ross this season alone. So, that's kind of worked itself out. Let's see. So then we go back to number 2 on the list, and that is gambling. Yes, because it is a gamble. This is where it goes. Maybe you might find it for that price, or maybe this is just one of those outliers that just blows up in pricing, and you're like, man, I should have got it at the time when I did, because now it's 3 times worth what I normally do. A lot of people gamble with that with a lot of the HasLabs. People like, I won't get it now, and like 3 months later, I'll be able to find it at cost. That's not so much the case. So, every now and then you kind of went out on that. If you ordered that Tron one, then you could probably get oh no, that did get made. Sorry, you can't get that.
Now, Mr. Maddox just gambled big time this last weekend, and he came up all good.
Yeah. In fact, he should go get that, actually, so everyone knows, so we can actually put this on camera. Go get the gamble one, Mr. Maddox. We'll run the show while you go grab that right quick, because this is the gamble that you most definitely want to definitely do. Let's see. I'll be rolling. All right. All right. I'm looking at some of these chats up here. We got some new people in. Let's see. So Stu John right here. I've seen Hudson, Goliath, and Gamora. Yep. Actually, those are all popping up. And actually, for the pricing, those were right around 36 or right around maybe 36 to 40 when they came out. And now they're going for like $18. I've seen them as low as $16.99. Not too bad. We got one of our people over from Kick. There you go. Chet Maddox and Rat look pretty cool. I like the black guy too. All right, that worked itself out. I don't know about the Dr. Britley though. Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chad Weezy.
And we will. Well, something happened. I guess you got blacked out of the show or something. Or there's a power failure where Dr. Bradley's at. Well, we'll pull up a screen right here, Mr. Maddox. You want to throw that up?
Oh, what? I'm holding it with two hands. Someone else got to put it up.
Yeah. Let me see how to do this. Actually, I mean, is it nope? But don't think this is working out for me as well. Let's see. Let's see. Well, yeah, this is what happens if you don't know how to work the system. Actually,
I got it.
Yeah. You're gonna have to do this yourself, bro. There you go. If you were actually been looking for a Trypticon, and yes, he is director, we'll put that up on the screen. Trypticon has been found in Southern California. That's right. The giant dinosaur transformer does live, and he is giant.
I can't put him in his city form because it doesn't fit on my table.
Yeah.
But yeah, found Trypticon, had to get it.
Yeah. Commander Blythe said people are regretting skipping on the HasLab. Oh yeah. There's a lot of people doing that right now, especially once it comes out. It won't be that price when it comes out. Yeah, 2-pack exploding in value. Yep, Yoda. Yep, absolutely, Max Rebo. If you don't get it, again, it's a gamble. You don't know if you're going to get it or not. If you do, it works itself out. If not, then it does kind of suck and everything else like that. Not like he says. Yeah, it looks like he has a purple necktie. Yeah. And then the last one is the payoff, because the payoff is if you are able to grab yourself something like one of these items. Because again, actually, I was at the Ross when I called him up and I saw Trypticon. And before I walked out of that store, 5 people were like, "Hey man, I'll buy that Trypticon for you." I was like, "Oh no, this goes to a little kid named Chet. I can't give that out to you." And yet the payoff was huge because everyone was like, "Wow, man, I can't believe it." I didn't even think that we were going to see that in the area. So that's actually kind of cool. Any payoffs that's worked for yourself, Rad?
No. Again, I think I'm just I'm hoping to get one of those amazing Transformers that Chet picks up, but for me, I'm still waiting. I got the itch, but I'm on standby.
Any payoff stories, Dr. Brentley?
Nope. Trying to stay away.
Okay, all right. All right, kind of works out. We already know Mr. Maddox's payoff story. It has paid off. CS Director says, like I said, I have the Titans return, but this color variant is nice. It's looking like the Beast Wars Tiger Hawk, but nothing in the East Coast, it seems. Well, like I said again, I was kind of shocked. I didn't think after I saw everybody online we weren't going to get this out here. So.
Well, and then also too, sees the joints have been updated as well, so they don't break. So there's that.
Yeah, they have a very nice ratcheting effect. Yeah. So they really did a good job on that. All right, we'll move on to the next one on this list. Toy shows and conventions. Well, here's some of the ones. Vendors come to toy shows to sell. This is the thing that I always remind the guys, because I've been a veteran of these toy shows. There's been a couple of times where we've went to a convention. I told the guys, no, he'll be back with this one. If that price is not matchable to you, let him sit for a little bit of a while. I see that Smog has popped in. He says, "Can't watch the stream tonight at church Christmas party. Have a great stream." Thank you, sir, for just popping in and putting the comment, man. We appreciate that. And we always appreciate the guys in the replay crew. So yeah, make sure if you're at a convention and they don't want, especially if it's a large item, they don't want to take that large item home. But every now and then you maybe happen to allow them to do that. If they do take that larger item home, and then the next time you see them, you know what you do? You negotiate. And Mr. Maddox, you can tell them about the negotiation you did.
Yeah, I mean, you just walk up and say, "Hey, if it's there afterwards, I'll pay this much." They say yes, and then you go get it after because no one's buying it.
Mm-hmm. And Mr. Rad, how you been at the conventions? Any good negotiating tips?
I mean, obviously, like if you get paid cash, that's usually a good sign. And I think if you wait till the final day, if it's a long weekend, people don't want to take stuff home. So I think that's a big thing. Obviously, if you attend conventions pretty regularly and you establish relationships, if you have here, usually they'll take care of you as well. I think those are the things. Sometimes it's one of those things where you don't want to wait. You see something, you want to pop on it, and because if you walk by, you come back a couple hours later, it's gone. So if it's those mega grills, the thing you've been looking for, don't risk it. But if something that's more of a nice to have, kind of wait and see. You might be able to get a good deal. But I like supporting a lot of the vendors too. So I don't mind, spending up a bit to support, especially the small and mid-sized toy sellers versus dumping my funds into the big retail giants.
And that's where also Max Rebo Experience says smaller shows have cheaper tables, more room for profit. He's absolutely right. And then you've got CS Director that states vendors have gotten wild with their prices at some shows. It's like, I did negotiate a good deal on a Batman. Actually, it's pretty good. It's been kind of happening towards the same thing. And number 3 is be okay with walking away. If you don't like the price, it's okay. Sometimes there's a price you have in your head that you're willing to pay. Sometimes don't give in to that, purchase it now and then, you regret it later. As that Dr. Brentley, that's I've noticed Dr. Brentley's walked away from a lot of things. So.
Oh, yeah. And you keep walking, someone may have the exact same thing for a different price. And you might have a different negotiation with them as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've seen Mr. Maddox. He walked away from the hits tank and walked right back into his hands less than 6 months later.
Yeah, actually it did. That's been and the guy's really cool too. Like what a lot of stuff that happens too, what I love about smaller conventions, especially like SoCal Joe Show, is you can make a deal at one show, and then if it doesn't go through or you can't do it or it just doesn't align, you come back, it's there, they're willing to do the deal. I would have got it cheaper had I pulled the trigger last time, but look, I got the his tank complete, closed, sealed for an unbeatable price, and so it's great. And Commander Bly says you don't want to look at your shelf every day and say, "Damn, they got me."
Yeah. He's got a point about this, Stu.
That's what Miss Bly says about Commander Bly. Damn, he got me. The old man loved bargaining as much as an Arab trader, and he was twice as shrewd. Okay.
He's right out there. All right. And then from Rad, we've talked about it a couple times. I've stopped you and told you to screw that guy or walk on, but also you're pretty good negotiator at those points, and you've done the art of walking away many a times.
Oh yeah. Yep. I think it's hard, man. It's hard to leave something that you want. But look, if you have a price in mind, and if it's not like your holy grail, you'll find it another time, man. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Freak Burrito does say this, and he's true. I bought more figures for myself than Christmas present this year. This is the first year I've done the same damn thing, brother. I checked out. I was like, yeah, well, and guess what? I feel a little bit better this year. Number 4, smaller shows are better than bigger shows. Yes, they are. Again, you get to build up rapport, like we said. You usually get to see those same vendors as well. There's items sometimes they'll hold it for you. It kind of works well. It says if you start to walk away, they usually cut about $5 to $10 on the price and everything. Max Rebo for the win. Yes, sir. You got that right. And then the last one, 5, it's in the same way we're going to the smaller shows. You are building relationships with the vendors. And again, the best part about that is that sometimes there'll be items that they have at home or certain things. Hey, it's like you can get information from them. Whatever it is, it's like building that relationship helps that. They may know another vendor. They may have an item that you're looking for and they're a friend of theirs. And if they can't make the sale and they know that they don't have that item, they much rather refer you over to somebody else. That I've done that several times. What about you, Rat?
Yeah. I'm aligned with you. I mean, I think look, it's again, anytime I go to like these, I have when I go to these conventions, I have a couple of things that I want to buy, keep, and it's top of mind for me. I have a list, but every so often I'll go by someone's table and I just feel like I need to pick this up, even though I don't need it because I want to support. Again, sometimes it's one of those things too. So, man, I wish I could go to more conventions. There's not a ton out here. But I go on YouTube and I see all these other conventions, like the Midwest just got so many.
Wow.
If I was there, I'd probably be broke. So I'm actually glad that I don't live in the Midwest. But the state of Ohio, good Lord, they got everything.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean,
all of it's in Ohio, dude.
It's nuts. It's nuts. So
I agree with Commander Bly here that if you do need tips, you watch that Teen Titan Go episodes. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it had to have been written by
toy collector.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it is good to build up this network.
Yes.
A guy that's buying toys. If you're looking for something, you can ask them who they know if they don't have it. And if you see something that it's like, oh, you know what, this is too expensive for me to buy, but maybe this vendor will like it and put him on to like an estate sale or some other thing. It goes both ways.
Yeah, give you that point. And then if we'll throw the graphic back up and you'll see some of these smaller shows that we've actually are saying are pretty good. SoCal Joe show, we're just there. Great show. Toy Atlanta. It's not the last time tonight we'll talk about Toy Atlanta, but that's a very fantastic show. That's in March. Assembly Required. That's an Iowa show. That was actually a good one. Joy Atlanta and Toy Atlanta, run by the same great guy, Brett, and great shows apiece. And Legions Con was a very fan-centric and community-based show. So those are some of the smaller shows. There's also, if you go over to plasticnews.com, and you can check, they have a calendar section and I'm talking about every show. They've got the New Jersey Back Alley Around the Corner show. They've got every one of them. I don't care if there's a show, no matter what it is, they've got that. Go over to plasticnews.com, and that way, and also the best part is you can actually take that, put it in your calendars, whether it's Google or on the Android, and now, so you won't be missing those great shows around the country, especially the smaller ones. Next on our list, everything is based.
Dude, Max, Toy Ohio is is great, but the Great Ohio Toy Show is phenomenal. Just saying that. So,
and then Hit It Up is like, if there was a bright center of a convention universe, then I live in a town that was the furthest from it. He does have a point. He does have a point about that. All right, then we go on to online clearance sales, and this is probably how a lot of people are doing a lot of shopping, because here's we'll skip to number 3 real quick. This says warehouse space is at a premium. Like, is that these retailers do not want a bunch of stuff to sit in their warehouse because that takes up room for new stuff in. So check the holiday deals. They're always around. They always usually drop the prices dramatically because they're trying to, just like a car lot, push out the old items so they have room to push in new items. Steve screwed up on a Prime. I think they're supposed to be Prime, Steve. But Prime Day deals, look, they are, when they're dropping those prices, not just for electronic items. You'd be surprised how many action figures are being sold for those. Amazon, Walmart Plus. Walmart, Amazon, I got Amazon for some $9 Micro Galaxies. Walmart, a couple of $10 G.I. Joe Classifieds. Big Bad Toy Store had a bunch of stuff on the pre-sale. And then I actually bought some stuff from those guys over at Holy Grail Toys. Actually, they pay us money. I gave them back some of the money. That's not always a great thing.
Well, remember on Walmart randomly, this was when you were doing the toy chest.
Yeah.
I was on there. They had the Micro Galaxies Reaper, the TIE Reaper. And I was like, hey, this is Forbidden Panel. What's up? And I was like, hey, man, do you want this? It's only $9. And then when you came here to pick it up, you're like, oh, I didn't realize it was this one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was way bigger than I thought. That was a $54 item. They had dropped to $9.
It was.
Wow. I've also seen, we were talking about the same thing with Micro Galaxies on the last year. I think we passed on the Ghost. They had dropped that down all the way down to was it like $25 from like 100, and we ended up not doing that. And now I'm like a year later, because we saw that whole Cube Squadron thing. Is like, I think I made a mistake on that one. So exactly, Mr. Dr. Brentley, you do a lot of your shopping online and everything. Does any of these rules apply to you as well, sir?
Oh yeah, I mean, they definitely don't hide it when they have deals and they are trying to sell you stuff. They let you know at every opportunity. And especially if you want something like Funko Pops, they are trying to get those out of every door possible.
Yeah, that's true. We've seen that. I can only imagine if there's a wall at these conventions. I don't know what their warehouse is looking like, but there's a crap load of it down. Max Rebo just put something in on screen.
Where is that? Where is
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
So
Put
I
that
can
into
find
the
that
chat
right now because I
Yeah,
need to find
Jeez.
it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
also have to go. I also to match my image here. I also have to go. I think Walmart's having a sale on the Grinch costumes, so I'm gonna go get those.
Okay, all right. Well, let's see. Taking it out, and let's see. Stu John did say I saw a dozen Funko Pops Obi-Wans this week at Ross. Oh yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I've seen Obi-Wan. I've seen Blade. I've seen Willy Wonka. I done seen every kind of pop culture phenomena that has been hitting that up, man. I can tell you that. He's absolutely right on that one. And so, that was last year. Yep, Max. Yep, he was right. Max. So yeah. And also it said I picked up the Micro Galaxy Ghost for 15 last year. Yep, that's what I said again, man. That's the thing. We had definitely messed up on that one, bro. I can tell you that one. So, it happens, man. Sometimes you're waiting for that. Then we go to the retail toy hunt. Don't count out the days because everybody said the toy hunting was dead, and I remember this on everybody's channel. No, don't toy hunt is dead and everything. And you know what? There's a guy over at the Sorlac Digest podcast channel on YouTube named Scott Solo, and every item, and I mean, like I said, we joked about this, but he definitely needs to teach a toy hunting 101 because I don't know how he does this, but he finds items, everything. He's just talking about the Indiana Jones of toy hunting. He's finding relics all over the place because he definitely has done that.
He finds. Yeah, I don't
see. I have a theory, and that is he lives in such a remote location that nobody else is toy hunting over there. We live in like Los Angeles, a little more populated areas. People have gotten there way before us.
Yeah. I give him credit on that. I also, he said, I'm done with Funkos. I have boxes full in the closet. Yeah, I'm sure a whole closet too. Actually, I've been seeing that stuff. Wow. Hey,
those.
Yeah, you got to get out and hunt. That's the thing too, though. No matter what it is, whether it's the raw, and that's the one thing this Christmas season has taught. Because when we were first up here, I literally was like, I can't find anything, and I just stopped. The whole hunting kind of thing kind of knocked me down, and then this year I had been getting out into more just deciding to go to this roster to do this area and everything, and then I started seeing this shift and changing, and so yeah, you definitely you've got to, like they say, got to be in it to win it. You definitely got to get out there and hunt. I know Rad, I've seen the photos he does. He gets out there and toy hunts, I think almost every Saturday, almost, right, Rad?
Oh yeah, yes sir.
They're making that moves.
You got to check those end caps, check those clearance sections. Especially if you're already out and about doing some grocery shopping with the family. All it takes is a minute or two. You never know what you might find. And check those beyond the boxes on the baseboards. People leave some stuff.
I was going to say, don't forget Shadow's tip of also check underneath all of those shelvings, because there's a little space that a lot of people like to pull up and hide the good stuff there and come back later. CS the director, I finally got my Walmart Colossal Spinosaurus and T-Rex for $25. No space, but no regrets.
I like that. Actually, that's a good motto. No space, no regrets. That's really good on that one. Now it's time to buy because everyone has deals. Oh yeah, this is, like I said, that's from a CS director. You're absolutely right, CS. It definitely is. And like just said, like Shadow's tip is, and same thing that Rad just said, check for the in-store clearance sections. They're there, but also make sure that you are checking in caps. Make sure, like Shadowe is giving us, make sure you check it, because people do like to hide stuff in certain other situations. Also, if you're in Target, check over in the collector's area, because let's be honest, Target employees have just given up. So a lot of times there's items there that are, they're not supposed to be in that area, and they're in that area, and it just works out. So, that might do that. And actually, he said I might have to make some T-shirts with that slogan. Definitely, sir. Let us know, and then talk to the guys over Holy Grail Toys, and they'll put that up for you. Like I said, now see, Forbidden Pen. AJ's been in some places where he's just got some people doing some wild stuff right there, hiding stuff, inside the microwave. Because if somebody's like, look, if they put it in the microwave, just let them have it. Just like that's the difference. Just let them have it, man.
Hey, if the Flash movie taught us anything, it's check inside the microwaves.
That is true.
Yeah, he's got a point about that. So, again, retelling toy hunts, those are the major things that we're doing. Make sure that you're checking that. Also, look, here's the thing I don't suggest, because I've seen a couple of tubers doing this. And this is one thing, like I said, like Peter Griffin says, grinds my gears, is when a guy bribes the guy at like Target and Walmart, hey, just hold some stuff in the back for me or something. There's have some forms of toy collecting etiquette. Try to work it in.
Working at Toys R Us, we got that even back 30 years ago, but I never succumbed to it. I never took money. I was like, you show up just like everyone else. They're on the shelf.
That's very good, sir. Very good employee. I know some of the people say, take the money, leave the toys. It's like I said, Matt, I just checked the trunks of the cars in the parking lot. I don't know if that's gonna work. You know what, Tommy picked me up for that one, sir. And then it says check inside the drawers of the furniture place. Like, are you kidding me, man? It's like, what we need to start doing is telling people what the wildest thing you've done and start taking pictures and stuff. Because wow, man, they're starting to do some wild stuff. The scalpers are now in bed with Ross management and get the first. And now that's true, especially like for your Hot Wheels and looking for those treasure hunts. I've seen a guy that actually had a hookup at like Target, and the guy brought the box out to him and everything. I was like, well, just tell you how bad the Target guy was. I was like, if you just took it out the box yourself, you could just resold it to this knucklehead at a different price. Why let him get it for $199? I would tell him super treasure hunt, bro. Like you need to break me off 50 for this. But hey, it's like each to his own. That was their own transaction. But I have started seeing that a little bit lately. But hey guys, the thing that we do is to make sure that it's like, hopefully these deals and these tips are able to help you a little bit more. To cost a little bucks in your pocket, but if we can do that. But here's something that will break your pockets on. It's time for Pre-Order Mafia.
Leave the McFarlane. Take the Mezco.
That still always gets me about that. Mr. Maddox, break down Pre-Order Mafia for the people that's tuning in for the first time.
Yes, sir. If you're just tuning in, you don't know what Pre-Order Mafia is. It's the it's really the go-to rules for pre-ordering figures. It is a 3-tiered system with hidden tiers at some point, but overview is that it's a made figure. That means that you're pre-ordering it. Everyone else should pre-order it. And if you don't, well, you have a problem. And then if you like the figure, but it's not for you, but you know why people will pre-order it, that's a forget about it. And then there's Sleep with the Fishes. This tends to be McFarlane figures, sometimes Super 7. But those are usually the two that are hanging out in the bottom here. And then there's always the hidden levels as well. So that is Pre-Order Mafia.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we'll throw into the first item. We'll go through these kind of quickly tonight. In art, this was the strange thing. You had to RSVP in order to get an email in order to order this thing. But this started a bunch of pandemonium. Great looking figure. We saw this over at San Diego Comic-Con. They do make some high-end import stuff. Really looking good. But this is the Arkham Origins Batman. You see all the hands, the heads, displays, everything it comes with. Really nice looking figure. Mr. Maddox, did you pre-order this morning?
So I tried to. I was on their reservation to pre-order, and then by the time I had gotten the email to pre-order it, it wasn't available. So it does. So I don't know.
Yeah. Rad, have you ordered any of the in arts yet?
I think they're awesome. The one that the Bale figure was great, and 1/12 scale. I haven't ordered this one. I think they have proven to make the best bats most articulated, detailed figure.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably get the Christian Bale Dark Knight before this one, but it looks epic, man. And Anart just does a great job with now their 112 line because they've always done the 1/6 stuff.
Yeah.
So it's for me, it's a made figure, man. There's no
Yeah.
question. If you like the video game Bath series too, this is it.
Yeah, this is definitely a made figure for myself. Dr. Brentley, what do you think about this Art Arkham Origins Batman?
Made figure. This is beautiful.
Yeah. There you go. I see a director that wanted this, but it sold out minutes. I think seconds, sir. It was quick, And then it said, yeah, this isn't something I get, but it looks cool as hell. It absolutely does. So I think we're in contention. Art is killing it. They had some great stuff at San Diego Comic-Con as well, but definitely made figures down the line for everyone. We jump into now what we're going to do is jump over to Plastiq News, and we're going to pull up Mr. McFarlane. He's got some highs and some lows, actually. So this is one where that joke doesn't always kind of work itself out. So let's pull up that graphic on the screen.
One second.
Yeah, don't worry. There's always one of those things that goes on. But if you see, he's got 4 new figures that dropped out this week. And we are definitely going to, that's the, okay. Now, we're doing the Flash one, the McFarlane DC Multiverse. There you go. It's got a couple of great looking characters right here. Mr. Maggs, you can take it away.
Yeah, I mean, we got the Flash. Look, I think that this is actually like if you look at the Flash on this one.
Yeah.
I think it's actually a little bit better sculpt than most.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys think about this Flash.
This is one of those few where this is almost a made figure from McFarlane for Flash. It looks like one of the better Wally West ones I've seen, man. Yeah,
I mean it's really good. I don't know what's going on with Superman though. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that
looks like his suit's a little too tight.
Yeah, that one's the one from the Superman versus the Authority, and that head sculpt.
Did he lose?
Yeah, this is.
I mean he definitely lost.
Yeah. And then, of course, they've got Ice from Fire and Ice, which great sculpt, great face sculpt on this one, all portions. Again, it's a forget about me. I'm not into some of the smaller Justice League characters. Looks really good though, man. I'm. This is one again. I think the Superman's the only one where that's like sleeps with the fishes, but I think he did a pretty good job on these this week, don't you guys?
Yeah, I love the botched plastic surgery Superman edition. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. I'm trying to look 20 years younger Superman, but didn't quite work out.
I was trying to think
after lip injections
of where I've seen this, and it is in Escape from L.A. Bruce Campbell played the surgeon, the plastic surgeon, and that's what it looks like.
God, it is.
Yeah. No, Stu John, it's not it's Superman versus the Authority.
Yeah.
So it was. I think that was the anime. Was it that animated? I think it was the animated version of it. Yeah. So look,
this is the real Superman of Beverly Hills with all that surgery.
Wow. Soup's getting done in a bat way. Actually,
this Flash is really good though.
Allergic reaction Superman from Max Rebo experience. Something. Or I got to give sooner
Charlie Sheen.
Wow. You know what? Might be right on that.
I think that's probably the closest we've gotten.
Yeah.
Or you know what it is? Did you ever see the movie The Mask? Like not the Jim Carrey one.
Yeah.
The one with Cher.
Yeah.
It's like him as Superman.
Superman looks better than James Gunn version for the director. Wow. And then of course, boy, they slamming this one. So show mythology Superman. Wow. Dang. All right, we can go on to then of course I've got to throw this last one in. Forbidden Panic. Rocky Dennis Superman. Wow. All right. Well, Superman didn't work out too well for himself. But let's hope the next one on the list makes it because he's been doing his Elite line, and that is the Elite line of the first character. These are for all the Image founders, and obviously the first one that comes out is his. It's going to be Spawn. Look, I got to give him credit. Out of most of the Spawn ones, he's starting to look very similar. This looks like it's straight from the actual first issue of the book. Kind of like it. I don't know, because I know sometimes before it's a little pricey on these extra deluxe figures. So it's probably a forget about me, but I will say it's a better looking Spawn than I've noticed. And I think there's wire capes and everything to add a little extra tricks into this one. What do you think, Mr. Maddox?
I mean, I wish he would put this much effort into every other stupid toy line he makes. Look, it's cool. I'm not gonna buy it. I don't know. Sponder Man isn't for me, So I've never. To be fair, I have a massive bias because I've never really been into Spawn. So
yeah.
I can't really say.
I think
it makes it look short. Yeah,
I think his look has gotten better over the years from the first Origins, but it looks with the Forbidden Palace capes, it makes it look a little short, and he's got a point about that as well. He does say he does a dragon version of the Elite that I might pick up. Yeah, that's the one where I think he's putting a little bit more effort into this line of Max Rebo. What do you think, Mr. Brinley?
If you're gonna do Spawn with a wired cape, why wouldn't you make it like the big cape? Like, make it really long and flowing, and because you can pose it in any thing, make it like his actual artwork. And I don't like. Usually, I like the frayed bits that they do on the stuff, but it looks like a cheap version of that on the bottom of his cape.
Yeah, it looks like he just walked on the ground and drug it.
It's like the sculpted ones look way better. And this kind of looks like somebody was attacking it with a scissors a little bit.
Yeah, it looks a little better. It looks a little bit better, but what do you feel, Rad?
Nah, I mean, it looks better than some of the recent Spawn figures that I've seen, but I mean, there's been so many renditions of Spawn, man. I don't care what the hell they call it, Elite Edition, whatever. It's just, I'm over it, man. Like, Spawn's a cool character, but this might be one of the better ones, but I'm just look, if you like Spawn, it might be one of those forget about it, but for anybody else, I'm good. And could he put more words on the front of the packaging? I mean, good lord! Like Image Comics founders, McFarlane, Elite, like we know you just put Spawn on it. Why this is my character. I drew this. You're like, it's okay. Let me get
it. Well, Meek says he has a bunch of the Spawn statues. I do too. I need to break them out. Yeah. And then this is for Midpans, Ankle Monitor needs a recharge. Yeah, I know. He just in the early days, we probably just drew stuff just to put it on and everything, just like Rob Liefeld's patches. He just somehow started to fall it onto things, and it says it's rare that a tattered soft good actually looks good. True. Yeah. So, all right. Well, like I said again, that one's an up and down, but we'll have to see when the other members of the Elite come out, because it's all the Image founders. And Sia's director does make an interesting point, and here's a prediction for him. So we'll check next year. Coming to a Raw soon.
Check in a couple months.
Yeah, we'll check and see if that's out there. Next one's on the list. If you again, we talked to some of the better shows in the country. Well, guess what? Four Horsemen have announced this early, and they will be returning to Toylanta with yet another exclusive. Last year they had ATL 25, and that is a great character. All the guys on the panel on that one, great looking character, and they are going to actually keep that alive with Lieutenant Holiday, and he is in the same platoon as ATL 25. And now, if you don't know, Toylanta will be taking place in Duluth, Georgia, on the 27th through the 29th. So make sure if you're getting your plans, start making them now for that. And you go over to toyatlanta.net for any information. And we've also had Brett on the show. So, and we will probably have him on the show up until that point. This says the mission continues in Toylanta 2026. For the second year in a row, the Horsemen are excited to partner with the team from Toy Atlanta to bring something very cool to their event. Say hello to the newest recruit, Lieutenant Holiday. This is a made figure for me. And it says, yeah, Commander Blythe, this exclusive looks cool. I'm absolutely looking forward to going to Toy Atlanta. And so I already know that the money has been spent on this already. So before you even hit the show, I'm already spending money. So, Mr. Maddox, you had, we were foaming at the mouth for ATL 25, and we both got it. Are you looking forward to Lieutenant Holiday, sir?
Yes, sir. This will be a pickup for me, nonstop. And if I could buy more than one, I probably will, because I do think he's an army builder.
Yeah, these are cool. Rad, your feelings on Lieutenant Holiday?
It's great, man. This is great. I love the accessories. That's cool. That little computer thing that's awesome. I love the camo.
Yeah.
I thought the exclusive from Toy Atlanta last year was badass, and hopefully we get hooked up again this year.
Absolutely, man. And Max Rebo Smith.
Yeah, if that's something you do want, Max Rebo, just hit us up.
Yeah. And Dr. Brentley, you've seen them,
Look, these are beautiful. I don't collect them, so Chet, you can say that you're picking one up for me, and go ahead and start building your army.
Yeah, these are really cool, man. And the one last year, the detail and everything. They're saying that this line is inspired, that they're just taking loose parts and then recreating and trying to reformatting them into something that's completely different. And I got to tell you, we always complain about Marvel and some of these, or I'm sorry, Hasbro, some of these are companies kid bashing. But if you kid bash like this, no one will be pissed off. Comes with a crap load of weaponry, and just a great overall character. I'm looking forward to this character, man. So I think that's 100%.
The face paint's really good on this too. I can't zoom in on here, but it's really good.
We're looking forward to that when we have Brent on. Hopefully we get some exclusive photos, but we'll definitely be having him on before Toy Atlanta, and actually while we're at it, Toy Atlanta, because usually we will be doing a live stream from that. But guess what? With those live streams coming, the next point about it is we thought that the year was over when it said Star Wars, but I reminded the guys in the show that they don't do anything once. So there's definitely going to be a lot more fan streams that's going to pop up, and there's probably one more Marvel, and there's probably going to be a G.I. Joe one, but we can definitely say they put on the list that the 15th, Monday at 11 a.m., the Marvel Legends team is going to be unveiling some stuff, and if it's like the Star Wars team, then I think next year we'll be spending some bucks. Well, you guys, how have the fan streams, in your opinion, Rad, been this year for Marvel Legends? You think Marvel's holding up, or who you think was the better person in fan streams this year?
I mean, less about who's actually hosting them. I have my feedback on the actual people facilitating these things.
Yeah.
But in terms of the frequency, without hiccups or cancellations, the steady release of figures over time, I have to say, regardless of some of the misses on the figure side, to me the Marvel Legends team takes the cake this year. I think there has been less hiccups or controversy. They've delivered on time. There's been a good assortment over time of different things, some real big wins, a couple losses. They released some cool made to orders, Dragon Man, Mephisto, a few other made to orders that were whatever. But overall, they've shown the consistency. I think the only thing that I would say is it is oversaturation. Are there too many figures? I think we've talked about that. That might be the reason why there's so much available, is people can't buy 100 plus figures a year. But to me, they take the cake, and they're probably going to release some other cool stuff here too. So if you're a Legends fans, I think they have definitely recovered from last year and have been top notch in terms of most of their fan streams.
Yeah. Dr. Brentley, your thoughts. Who you think did the better live streams, the Star Wars team, the G.I. Joe team, or the Marvel Legends this year?
Well, I watched the Star Wars one.
Yeah.
So that's the only one I really have a reference for. And it wasn't terrible. I do think they need to figure out a way to make it more of a show. And, it's like presenting stuff to the fans.
Yeah,
we should all be excited. It should be big reveals and stuff. And the way they kind of do it is Yeah, so let's put up that next slide. Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, it's like it's not exciting.
Well, all right. And Mr. Maddox, who you think won the fan streams in the Hasbro ecosystem this year?
I think the most underrated one was Transformers.
Well, okay, wow, yeah, you're right.
Transformers is pretty good, but I'm with Rad on this one. I think Marvel Legends is like consistency, and then I think as a line, even just to go with the consistency, like look at the releases they've done, like the made to order stuff they hit, like you know what I mean, like you had all these Mephisto and everything else. Stu John knows more than meets the eye, you'd say. Yep, I would say that actually. Yeah, but I think all in all, like well-roundedness, I think that Marvel Legends team hit it. And I say that with confidence because the live stream for Star Wars was lackluster. So I think Star Wars hit a few cool things. Like I know there was some cool like fire products they released, but it was very much like it was underwhelming, I would say. And I haven't felt that way on a Marvel Legends one, you know, because they just pack it full of stuff. So we'll see. Usually Marvel Legends panels have a way to, you know, inform you that you're just going to be losing a couple $100 over the next couple months.
Yeah. Basically, Commander Blythe says, what's your thoughts on the Transformers though through history line? Trying to think about that. You know, I'm thinking that they're doing some, you know, look, there was a lot of items they did. I will say that this year, I thought they actually did a little bit more consistency. And so I was like digging a lot of the stuff that they were doing because usually they're kind of all over the place. And they were kind of like Age of the Primes and they were kind of like breaking that down this year. So I thought they did it a little bit more than having Legacy or Studio 86. And usually it's kind of complicated. They did a lot more Age of the Primes. I got everything I wanted this year from Hasbro, and I am not disappointed. Absolutely top notch. Great to hear that, sir. And again, I will say, we can say this too. The Marvel Legends fan stream is probably a made figure for us. They were doing a great job, but you know what it's time for? It's time for Plastiq News on SKN. Well, you know it. Our favorite point in the show. They're starting out some stuff, and at the end of the year, I guess they found the way to do some Christmas buckets too. Popcorn buckets have been the thing that has rolled for the last 2 years, and it's coming down. So they got a new slasher film coming out, Silent Night, Deadly Night, and they decided to make a popcorn bucket and the butter cookie tin. And I got to tell you, I don't know if they actually made the bucket or they had a bunch of leftover tins or something, but this was really appropriate. I gave him a great job on this one. I saw it immediately, started laughing. At first, I thought this was a joke, and then I looked and said, "No, you know." So it could be metal. I don't know. It could be just they found a supplier that had a bunch of stuff. But I got to give him credit, man. This one you can put all year long if you want to piss off one of your family members, and you just put on. Oh my God, what's this? You know, you can bring in the Murder Fest for Christmas. So I got to give credit. Genius Forbidden Metal loves this one. And Freak Burritos, Grandma's stewing tin. Yep, there you go. Or sewing tin. Yeah, but what do you think, Dr. Brentley? Did they nail this bucket? Is this one, you know, because it doesn't almost look like a bucket, to be honest with you.
Yes, and I did work with the director of Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2.
Okay.
You know, the better one, obviously. But yeah, if you're gonna do just a tin, this works with the theming, right? Better than like Avatar if they just have a tin and you print blue people on the outside. That's nothing. This actually looks very appropriate.
Absolutely. He says, Commander Blythe said, I hope it doesn't come, doesn't make the popcorn taste like those shitty cookies. And sewing kit for sure. The Max Rebo experiences that, hid fruit cakes in the, oh my God, regifting and the white elephant. Yep. Or the white elephant. Yep. Absolutely true on that one. Rad, your thoughts on, you getting any kind of butter cookie tins with blood all over it?
You know, I was thinking about it, and then I thought, like, I ain't buying stupid shit. So that's where I stand. This is not going home with me.
Yeah.
It feel the same. It wasn't. They didn't quite up the ante this year for you. They could have come out with something better. You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's,
all right.
there's no way you get this and it doesn't taste like those shitty cookies. No, I'm not getting it.
Well, like I said, Silent Night, Deadly Night. You guys might need to have to work on that a little bit better. But from there, one item I will be buying, and actually, I think I've already got my order in for this.
Commander Bly says it best, as Rad does. That's a no for me, dog.
Yeah, there you go. Well, it's a yes for me, son, bro. Because again, before I saw this, I was like, Godzilla and sake. If anything worked out and everything, if you want to see Godzilla, drink enough sake and he'll come out. Actually, so I'm looking forward to this one. And actually, it's the goat leaf sake too. So he's taking to the level. This sake package is a collaboration, and it's you've got it between the Yakhaira Sake Brewery Company. Hope I didn't butcher that, but chances are I probably did. It features a bottle of the gold leaf adorned with a special Godzilla label, which you can see it right there. He's on fire, which I don't know. I've seen many people drink sake and act like they were on fire, but this sake's looking like it does. This is fantastic, man. I already got the information. I should have put that in. The deluxe version is priced in Japan for 14,000 yen. Here in the United States, it will be around $96. And I think this was the PHP. Is that the Philippines?
Philippines.
Yeah, that's $5,640. So $96 for a bottle of sake. Yet okay, hot sake. Hell yes. There you go, Stu John. There you go. Be dropping that in. Now that's cool.
See,
you're damn right, man.
Now I don't know if you heat sake with gold leaf in it. Are you going to
you do.
melt the gold at the bottom of the cup?
No.
I don't know.
No, you do always. Sake is always best taken as heated. No, but you don't like. It's not like tea. You don't blaze it up. It's just a little bit warm, but you do want to drink it at a little bit above room temperature. And again, if you want the Godzilla one,
beautiful.
We just keep drinking this. Like I said, I guarantee you, after about 3 or 4 shots of this, you'll be just foaming at the mouth like him and breathing radioactive fire. Rad, you in for a couple of shots of some Godzilla sake, my friend?
Hell yeah, I am. This is definitely one I would be drinking, and I wonder if you drink the whole bottle, that you'd be ready to fight any other monster in the Godzilla verse. You never know. I just think about will I start to see 3-headed monsters after a couple of sips of this? That is the question.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you'll be fighting some people. Probably might be no kaijus, but maybe a couple police officers. Prevent Bell says a slow heat and everything. And Stu John says, to be fair, I passed on buying a few cans of the Troopers. Okay, all right, okay. But yeah, this one you got to, come on, man. You can't do this. And actually, Commander Blythe said, yeah, it's rice rind. It will knock you on your ass. You damn right, brother. You damn right. I've seen people get completely stupid off of like 3 small little shots of sake. So that stuff's a little powerful. But I know what we'll be doing on the whole, probably after Christmas, because it is coming from Japan. But after probably New Year's, me and Mr. Maddox will be Godzilla on our way, burning Godzilla and drinking some sake, right, sir?
Oh yeah. I'm trying to find it right now.
And of course, you got to take a freak burrito. Yeah, poop gold leaf. Oh yeah, hey man, that's the only time it'll probably be valuable, my friend.
We'll drink this with Goldschlager.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go. Yeah, we're definitely going to be seeing the cops for that one.
Warm Calpis stained through dirty socks. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, and Stu just said, oh no, there goes Tokyo. You damn right, brother. Or little Tokyo here in Southern California. I'm sure to bring that up. All right, let's roll this in. You saw this. If you didn't, well, you're going to see it and everything. They just released the other day the trailer for Supergirl, and it is striking fandom in a different way. One, I will have to say, they took a couple of minutes to already piss on Superman. How do you do this with your own movie? Yet they did this. What are you guys' thoughts on the Supergirl trailer? Because just like this, it looks like she doesn't care. It looked like a lot of people online didn't care either. But I'll let Dr. Brentley take it first because I'm seeing his head shaking.
Yeah, this was a dumb idea to take your, your marquee hero and you start the trailer by the dog takes a piss on him. Truth, justice, whatever. No one's going to go see this movie because of trailers and this type of attitude toward it. It's like Superman actually made money. Yeah. This one is going to make less than 150 if it gets to 100. I think we're in like Flash territory. You said it, meh.
Yeah.
Look, Jason Momoa looks great as Lobo. That's the only thing I like from this.
But Dr. Brantley, I know we made fun of like Pedro Pascal, like put Pascal in it. Jason Momoa is slowly becoming the Pedro Pascal of these movies. I just saw a Street Fighter trailer. I'd seen this Aquaman. He's in TV shows. He is a little too much of Jason Momoa in my opinion. Cool, cool looking dude, but come on, man, how many characters are you going to play here at this point?
Yeah,
I mean, is he the only person to play DC? I'm trying to think. DC Marvel, I guess. No, Ryan Reynolds. Green Lantern and Deadpool, but anybody else?
Bradley Cooper.
Yep.
He just was Superman's dad.
Jeez.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, it's Stu Johnson. I'm thinking Deadpool Super Party Girl. Yeah, it was. I don't understand the tone of this one, especially coming off of what you did. I don't get this. I'll let Mr. Maddox tear this last one apart. Should we say that for members only? Is it gonna be that
bad? I'll do a members only one on this, but I'll tell you this. This is going to be the biggest dumpster fire trash heap to have ever existed in the DC universe, and I hope to Christ that the Netflix takeover happens soon, so we don't see this fucking movie come out.
Because, no, you're going to see it come out.
No, this is a reskin of Guardians of the Galaxy with some stupid chick playing with superpowers, and there's so many slides at everything, and it's just like it's like you pissed on Superman, and then you have the bunch of simps that are like, "Oh, but Supergirl was in the newspaper too." It's like, yeah, but the dog pissed straight on his face. Yeah. So calm the fuck down. And then the movie is just it's not gonna be good. And then Lobo has like no scene in the movie because they showed literally one frame or two frames of him for like a second, and then they cut it. It's just this isn't gonna be good. And I will get into it more, but this screams the energy that James Gunn puts out. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So this is James Gunn all over the place. So
yeah. And event the poster is uninterested. Yeah, even the poster is uninterested in the movie.
Yeah.
But like I was more interested in the Batgirl movie that they canceled like 3 years ago than seeing this. Can't give Gunn free range.
That's absolutely 100% the greatest statement of all. But guess what? DC gonna find out about that and everything. Look, you can hear the cuss written full Chet Maddox review on the members only section, because guess what? If you actually attain and you're one of the elite guards, put the graphics on the screen, our channel memberships, then you will be able to hear 100% Mr. Maddox cursing away if you happen to be the Shadow Elite, the Shadow Syndicate, or the Prospects. Thank our channel members, but you'll get a little extra Christmas surprise. Just don't have the kitties on the back when you put it on. So, thank everybody that's a channel member. From there, we move on to, guess what? Somebody said he would never do something, yet, he did. And I knew this was going to happen when we started seeing some of his statue of the Marvel thing, because I knew that they would leverage this one thing. Tom McFarlane is drawing Spider-Man again, right? For the first time in 30 plus years. Wow. Again, there was a famous Bond film that said never say never. Well, never say never. But while this is only a cover and it has the Invincible Marvel team-up, you will have Invincible and Spider-Man drawn by Tom McFarlane. Last time right there, you saw, I think, the Spider-Man issue number 12. That was the last official thing that he did. before he moved over to Image. But he did do a couple of years back a Comics Buyer's Guide cover with Spider-Man on it. But this is first time where somebody over at Marvel sent him a check for it and everything. So, look, hey, the one thing that he does well, his trademark, is Spider-Man. Looks pretty good. Invincible, got a little work on that. I'm sure he only drew that character only once in his life, so I could give him a little leeway on that. But it's cool to see Todd back. Do you think that Todd will actually get Todd to do a full, maybe Spawn, Spider-Man kind of crossover book? Any takers on that?
Look, as much as I talk trash on McFarlane, I love the way that he draws Spider-Man. He does have a very unique way of drawing. I think it's fun. For me, it's visually fun to look at. And I do think that this will kick off something more in the future. So, plus he's drawing, he drew Invincible too, right? So,
no, well, he drew Invincible on this cover, but
that's what I'm saying on the cover, right? Because it looks better than it's No, I know, but it looks better than normal.
Yeah. Like I said, Otley just released his version of the cover, much better than this one. Oh, well, because Otley is the guy that drew Invincible the best. But yeah, very good. Look, it's always nice to see Todd back on Spider-Man. What do you think about it, Rad?
I mean, look, it's nostalgic. That's cool. You think about Spidey, you think about McFarlane, and obviously this is Spidey meets Invincible, iconic cover, and I think look, if you're a fan of McFarlane, you probably pick this up. I don't see anything wrong, versus Liefeld drawing a cover. Who the hell wants that? But McFarlane can still draw himself a Spidey, man, and he's a legendary artist, regardless of how you feel about his figures, man.
Absolutely.
He could draw Spidey and he could draw Spawn. That's for sure.
Dr. Brentley?
Yeah. This looks great. Spider-Man looks great. You just think that in 30 plus years, he could figure out maybe a different pose.
No,
Spider-Man.
No. Look, the man's got a lot of time and everything. He got a light box and stuff, though. Let's just be honest. He runs a major company. You can't just sit the artboard all this time and everything. But you know what? One good crossover deserves another one. Guess what? Jim Lee. Jim Lee. And they do a Superman, Spider-Man, and everything. But now Jim won't be drawing Superman, but he will be doing Lois Lane and actually Mary Jane. So absolutely interesting, but that cover is fire. I give credit. He makes both characters. I think this is I've seen him draw Spider-Man maybe once or twice, but very not often. But that's a damn good looking Spider-Man from Mr. Jim Lee. I give him credit. And the other drawings by Jorge Jimenez, who is drawing the current Batman series at the moment as well. So, gentlemen, there's a lot of crossovers between Marvel and DC. It's starting to happen all over the place. And you think they figured out that they kind of need to work together to boost up some sales? What do you think, Mr. Maddox?
Yeah, I think they need to. I think it is beneficial for Marvel and DC to continue to do this because let's face it, and let's just call it what it is. There's very few people that give a shit about comics right now.
Yeah.
Everyone that I know is like, cool, I'm going to pick up this old story, read through it again, do all this stuff. No one wants to read the new shit that's coming out. And I think that DC and Marvel, Sooner Splooge says, what was that? G&R style would be rad. Yep.
Okay.
So I think that this is what's needed. And I think that the big two need to continue this because it gets in. Stone Mandalorian says he's stoked for this. I agree. This gets into what people want, right? They just want to see this, and yeah, with Lee being one of the GOATs, I think that's important as well.
Yeah,
especially because of his position at DC, right? So that's really the crucial part of this.
Absolutely.
So
he does make, because that looks like that's more Metropolis. That looks like the city of tomorrow than Manhattan where Spider-Man's at. But great drawing right here. What do you think about it, Dr. Brentley?
Desperate. Like everything else, they're throwing all their characters into a hat and pulling out names. Deadpool and Batman. All right, how about Spider-Man and Superman? You know, it's getting ridiculous. Stu John, the first crossover with Superman and Spider-Man was in the 70s.
Well, look, anything that you can do, you know, it waited way too long. They let the industry slack up. They need to do some building, and you can get new fans in. You might as well have some of the better artists do this. If you can get those names back, because they know as well as the rest of us, the industry is not doing well. And if they want to continue to make those checks, you've got to bring those readers in. So we will start seeing more of this, but they've got to put the top industry and the top talents on this. Let's build that rapport back up in the comics, because the show is pixels, plastic, and ink. And not a lot of times we got a lot of ink, so it's good to have some good ink out. And you know what's also good is that, hey, they showed images from the Street Fighter film, and I saw Forbidden Panel, he actually Notre Dame this, where he said that looked better. Look, they've got some very video game accurate looking characters, and I was shocked they went this deep into it. But wow, this is... Look, I know the last Street Fighter film that we saw many moons ago wasn't good. The animated ones have always been kind of decent. But what's your thoughts about this cast and how they look, man? Let's go with Dr. Brentley first.
I don't care. You know, I know you guys love this game. I didn't play it. I don't care. The first one was so bad. I'm not interested at all.
Okay. All right. We'll see Rad and everything else like that. You sent this article over. What are you thinking?
I mean, the cast is interesting.
Yeah.
You know, some wrestlers. You got the weird dude that's M. Bison. You got Momoa, 50 Cent. So it looks really cheesy. Like they try to keep it accurate, the hairstyles. I mean, like look at Balrog. So it's either has to be over the top, super cheesy intentionally and good, because it cannot be seriously good based on what I'm seeing in the posters.
Okay.
So maybe it's like you know, that like maybe it makes fun of itself in some sense, and there's like good action sequences and there's a lot of funny humor and it's well written, then it'll do well. But all the video game nerds will come out and watch it, and then if it tanks, no one else will see it and it'll die in the box office. So I'm hoping it's good, but I don't know, man. It's so hard to say just based on these character posters and the little clips they released.
I'll give you Forbidden Battle said in the trailer they kicked the car apart and everything else like that. And you know, basically I love coming like, don't mince words, Dr. Billy. Tell us what you really think and everything. All I can tell you is that I thought the 50 Cent looked good enough. I don't know if he's beating the shit out of Diddy. But he certainly might be giving out that little revenge tactics on screen. We had to see how well that matches energy on screen. What do you think, Mr. Maddox?
Nope.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. Sonic Boom. Yeah, I don't look. Akuma, that's not. I don't know. I don't think Roman's good for that. Whatever. I think 50. I think 50 did good. Yeah, I'm with Rad here, man. Like it's got to be so over the top. It's good. It can't be like a. It can't be.
They've got to match that same energy.
You know what sucks? Bro. Yeah, the thing that sucks is this. Is that no matter what they do and how they do it or what it looks like, everyone is always gonna go in with a predetermined mindset because of that stupid movie that came out the last time.
Yeah.
So you know, maybe it's good, maybe it's not, but like you got to poke fun at yourself at some point in time, otherwise it's not gonna be a good movie. So
yep, true. And Commander Bly just wants you to know is it might be in the theater saying Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom. Look, you're right. It's either going to be really good or it's going to really be bad. They've kind of set the bar, and you never know. Again, Mortal Kombat's coming out next year as well. So, like, funny thing about it, we'll be seeing them in the theater duking it out one after another. Need more Rule 34 Chun-Li. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. But you know what, gentlemen, that's the end of Plastiq News on SKN. And wow, yeah, we got some stuff to go this week and everything. Back to you, Rad.
Well, another jam-packed episode once again. And hopefully, you all found the value of some of the tidbits of tips and tricks and information that will help you find action figures on a budget. But as always, we appreciate everyone hopping in on the lives. And if you're watching this on the replay, again, don't hesitate to share, like, subscribe, hit all the socials for more relevant updates, including some stuff that's going to hit the Instagram pages over the next couple of weeks heading into the back end of the year. But I had a hell of a great time. Some cool pre-order figures and some ones that not too sure. But I'm looking forward to our next show. Remember, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Pacific time is the Toy Box Chronicles, featuring Mr. Storm, Chet Maddox, Skelly, and a couple of other special guests weekly. So tune in for all of your toy action figure related needs. But gentlemen, that's all I have this evening. I don't know if anybody else does.
I think one of the new shows that we have to have is called Trailer Trash Talk, and we'll just talk about all the new trailers that come out and how bad they are.
Well, we do got the box office graveyard awards coming up for so we got some stuff to put on there. Maybe we'll add a trailer section to it. But interesting things, man. Again, hey, be safe out there. I know everybody's out there looking for the deals and everything, but just remember too that also, make sure you're protecting yourself while out there, because there's a lot of people out here looking to do some bad to people. I saw a couple of people getting their items taken out of cars and everything. So just make sure you lock the doors, be safe while you're out there, because there's other people looking to not be as nice this holiday season while you're out there. Mr. Maddox.
Yes, sir. A couple of things to bring to your attention. If you're not watching and following us on Instagram, make sure you do, because we are running some little polls over there with some giveies and some things that are happening over there. It launched. Make sure you're voting. We're doing a voting over there. Also, next week on Toy Box Chronicles, we realize that we have to give away the figure flight pack. So we are going to be doing the drawing to it's the 18th, I think, is the date of that show. So make sure you tune in to Toy Box Chronicles next week on Wednesday, because we're going to be giving away the figure flight pack. It's going to be awesome. We've got almost everything purchased. You won't know what it is until you get it, and then the only thing we ask is that you take photos and post and tag. But that is what's happening over there. Other than that, I have nothing, man. I think we've
and got you have to be a member.
You do have to be to be an active member of the Shadowe Network. Holy Toys Flight. Hot Toys Flight. Yeah, no, that's Commander Bly. So in January, that's the one Commander Bly is sponsoring. And it's 5 hot toys that he's gonna be giving out.
But I gotta he's trying to manifest this though, man. You gotta love for manifesting.
We actually talked with Tommy on the backside. Tommy told us that Commander Bly is really excited to sponsor that flight.
I know. There you go.
So we are excited about that. But yeah, stay tuned. It's been fun. It's been great. And also, I don't know, are we doing a live show next week, or are we doing pre-recorded?
No, we'll be live. Toy Box Chronicles will be live on that, and then also New Year's Eve night. So come down and park that through. Myself and Mr. Maddox, we're gonna check with Scully and Fig to see if they'll be on, but we will be live. I do know that the 2 shows that may be pre-recorded, and we'll let you know up front, will probably be the December 26th Pixel Plastiq, maybe a pre-recorded show, and then the second after New Year's, maybe but Mr. Maddox and I are just crazy. We'll just be working live and shit
all the time,
up to the point. We got no lives. We just love going live, man.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's all I got. Rad, you close us out.
Good, man. That's all that can be said. Everyone have a great, safe weekend, and we will chat with you next weekend. Take care.